So it dawned on me yesterday I trained all 5 horses racing this week. Well, hold on. I went last trip with Miss Meringue. I went both trips with Miss Meringue. I wanted to get a feel for what was going on with her. We got to make some shoeing changes. Are we not? We got to make equipment changes. How does she feel? What does she look like? So I went with Miss Meringue. And I wanted to go last trip with Taiwan On. And the 3 horses going to Lexington. Unbeatable Kemp and both the Dios, Garden State and Blue Bayou. So I wake up. It's grayish looking, but there's not supposed to be any rain. Who cares? Come off the track with Miss Meringue. Go with the next set. We're coming off at the next set, and out of nowhere, this ominous gust of wind comes out. It's dark out. But it's dark enough where you're saying, it's going to blow over. We might get a little sprinkle, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to tell you one thing. The heavens opened up, and it poured so goddamn hard. I'm from an island, so it's reminiscent of when I was a kid. You don't see that kind of rain in Ontario. Not central Ontario, not where I lived, in Guelph or in the surrounding areas of Guelph. It was, I'll tell you what, for a second or two, I thought it was going to get really bad. I went to the races last night, and as I'm on my way to the races, I get an alert on my phone. You want to get a scary-ass alert? Take shelter? What is that? Take shelter. I'm in a car. It literally said winds could be gusting up to 80 and 90 miles an hour. Take shelter. Thank you. I was a little scared. Get to the track, and it poured rain so hard. For 20 minutes, it knocked all the lights out, all the power out in the area. The races at Northfield were canceled yesterday. Rose Run, Why Not, did not get to race. West 52nd did not get to race, and it was because it knocked all the lights out. Now, the horsemen were going back and forth. Are we going to race? Are we not going to race? It's 6 o'clock. It's 6:15. I went to the movies. I said, you know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm so sure they're not going to race. I didn't even know the power was out at this point. I'm so sure they're not going to race. I'm going to go to the movies. And if I'm wrong, I just lost $9. I'm going to leave the movie early. Went to see Stillwater with Matt Damon. Great movie, by the way. Great movie. Go see it. Now, great movie. I mean, we're exiting a pandemic. I mean, all the movies suck right now. But Stillwater, pretty good. Go see it. So I get up, go to the track. The rain subsides. Now, we don't have much of an option. We've already gone first trip. We can't say, screw it. We're going to train them tomorrow. No. Even a guy who despises training in the mud, I knew we got to train in the mud. Ooh, it is getting hot out. Hot. Wowzers. Jeepers, that's scorching. So I had to go last year. I had to bite down on the mouthpieces, they say. I had to suck it up and go last trip with all of them in the mud, in the rain. I trained Taiwan On and 2-1. Now, this is important in a minute. I'll get back to it in just a minute. She trained very good. Last half of 58, wrapped up, felt good, real good. And we scoped all the horses after to make sure they were all right. They all scoped good. A couple of them, a little bit of sickness. Nothing major, but something to clean up. Taiwan On trained great. The best trainer of the day, Unbeatable Kemp. Be warned. Unbeatable Kemp trained like a beast. I think we got him all squared away now. So he didn't draw great, 6 or 7 or something going into Lexington, but he's coming in hot. He looked good. Blue Bayou Dio made a little break at the quarter pole, knuckled over. We blistered her stifle and baycoxed her. I'm not worried about Blue Bayou Dio. She's a killer. She is an absolute assassin. She should be good. Garden State Dio drew the outside. Who knows? She trained good. Was happy with her. You know, she's a little clunky, a little bumpy. To be honest, between you and me, I'd like to race her barefoot. Maybe all around on Sunday. And that's something rattling around in my head. The Red Mile's a clay track. A lot of people race their horses barefoot. I'm going to warm her up barefoot, I think. I'm going to warm her up barefoot. Why? Because she interferes a little bit, and she touched one knee the other day. We took those shoes off her. I don't think there'll be any interference of any kind Now she does wear trotting shoes up front. We take the shoes off her up front. Is she going to get pacey? I don't know. But I'm going to find out. And then Miss Meringue trained good, 2.3, 2.4, something like that. But changed her equipment around a little bit. I didn't think there was any need for a shoeing change. I said to Jason, I wouldn't change her shoes. I think they're fine just the way they are. So we left her shoeing change the way it is. We'll probably bring her to a fair next week. Now there's a couple of fairs coming up. Wellington Fair, which is close to us, and Napoleon, which is not close to us. Both are coming up. Both are in our crosshairs. We'll see which one we go to next week. Now, we got yesterday over with, the cancellation of the races, the horses training in the mud, but they trained good. Very good. We get to today. I wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock. It was so weird. My family's gone. Amy and the kids are gone back to Canada. Ollie's got his test. Ava got her test, so they don't have to quarantine. Hopefully Oliver can join his baseball team in the next week or so. That would be nice. But I woke up this morning, 7:15, lonely Anthony, no one around. And I get up because I know Stonebridge Simba has to leave early for, he's gone over to Scioto to race tomorrow. There was a little miscommunication with Tim and I. I could have actually stayed to drive Stonebridge Simba tomorrow, but Tim had asked me, I said 13th race. They would have to be in late in Columbus. I probably can't stay and drive them. Then they drew the race and I was in late in Columbus. But between the draw and me talking to Tim took it as Anthony can't stay and put Hunter on Stonebridge Simba. Whatever, I don't care. I'm sure Hunter will get along just fine with him. I hope he will. I'm going to drive a Mordiner and then head directly to Columbus for our girl, Sweet on Pete, who also trained yesterday and trained very well. And Path of Totality, who's in a little tougher this week. We'll see how she does. Saturday morning, I'm going to get up, go to the barn, do a little work. Amy's coming back over to Northfield. Now, Amy loves Unbeatable Camp. That was her baby all year. She went with him all the time. She loves him. She worked hard on him. He trained great yesterday before she left. She's coming back over, and we're going to spend the weekend together. The kids are at her parents' place, so we finally get a weekend together anyway. It's not going to be a weekend to go and smell the flowers and visit a botanical garden somewhere. We're going to flying to Lexington 6 o'clock in the morning to race all the horses on Sunday. Then we're flying to the Poconos on Monday to race Taiwan On. Now, Taiwan On did train good, but I did not receive her blood report until after she trained. Her white count was quite high. For her to train the way she did was very, very, very good. Shouldn't be shocking. She's an absolute killer. But her white count was high. So I told Tim, listen, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor here. I'm not shipping this filly to Pennsylvania until the last minute. I need to make sure her white count comes down. The way she trained does not equate to the blood work I'm looking at. The veterinarian says he can clean it all up. She scoped clean. She scoped good. So he put her on some antibiotics really quick, ran some fluids through her. We're going to take her blood again on Monday. Now, I'm going to be quite frank with everybody. Taiwan On's white count was 10 plus, somewhere up around 11, which is very high. If we can't get that white count down by Monday, she's sharp. They told me she jogged good today. If we can't get that white count down by Monday, I can't race Taiwan. I can't ship Taiwan On 6 hours to the Poconos knowing that she could be sick. I just can't do it. So we're feverishly working now to run fluids through her and antibiotics through her to knock that white count down. I'll be quite frank. If I had to get the blood work back before she trained, I likely wouldn't have trained her. Now that would have put us in a little bit of a precarious position, not training her hard going into a race 10 or 11 days after her last race where she raced so-so at best. Not ideal situation either. So, although it may not be my first choice, it is my choice. We are going to run fluids and antibiotics through her. We know she trained good. We know she didn't scope that bad. So should we be able... Maybe it's the end of whatever we saw in the Poconos. That's very realistic. How much did that training trip take out of her? It's a big question, too. So let's see how this transpires. As far as Slim Jimmy goes, changed his shoes, trained him. I don't think we're going to need elbow boots on Slim Jimmy. With the shoeing change, I just don't see him getting up high enough to get into those elbows. So that's a huge, huge plus for us. Very, very happy with the way he trained. For Sweet on Peach, she just trained a slow mile. She was coming back in a week. She looked good. Path of Totality looks good. Now I apologize. I can't think off the top of my head what Ontario horses are racing. It's just everything's a blur right now. I'm trying to stay focused on what lies in front of me. Obviously, what was important today was Mama Knows Best and I'm a Lovely Lady. We'll get to that in a minute. And also the horses that are coming up in the future. Slim Jimmy, think we got him under control. Where am I going here? I'm going straight. I'm not going right at all. Slim Jimmy looked good. Sweet on Pete looks good. The 3 horses heading to Lexington look very good. And then we have Taiwan On, who trained good. If I didn't take her blood and I didn't scope her, we wouldn't be having a conversation at all. So it's important that we do these things. These types of things are added levels of protection to make sure we don't miss things. And we didn't. No stone unturned with this filly. And we know exactly what's going on. We're treating it. We're trying to get her cleaned up for Monday. So that is what is going on, went on the last 2 days here. Now, I get up today, as I said, went to the Jefferson Fair. The races were delayed because it rained. Now, you have to understand, a lot of these racetracks don't have a lot of stone dust. In Jefferson Fair, I had more stones in the seats of my car than they had on the track. It's just a fair track. What are you going to do? It's the way it is. So I went out in the midway, got a couple of pieces of pizza. By the way, I don't know the people that run this particular pizza stand, but the Stromboli / pizza stand, first one at the Jefferson Fair as you go in the gate, absolutely fantastic. As good a piece of pizza as I've had in months. Romeo's is up there, but it was fantastic. I had 2 of them. Now, I only had 2 of them. I didn't eat any of the deep fried stuff because I'm trying to trim down a little bit, going to Lexington sale season. I know I'm going to put on 5-6 pounds in sale season. I'm a pig when it comes to eating. I love to eat good food. The food in Lexington is the top of the food chain that I've had. Now, I'm not talking Paris, France. I have no idea. But Lexington, Kentucky is absolutely fantastic. So I like to go in shallow. I like to go in at 182, 183, and then just completely pig out and get up around 188. I'm at 188 now, so I got to get a month to drop a few 4 or 5 pounds. I'll get it done. So we had the 2-piece of pizza. At race time, a Lovely Lady, I'm thinking to myself, I like Jogging Sweet. She's a better filly than our filly. What if I put her in a bad spot? Maybe she'll run. Maybe I'll flat out beat her. Nope, didn't do that. I beat her out of the gate. I'm thinking when I cross over to the front, I got you right where I want you, you little bugger now. Kurt Sugg moved her at the quarter pole. Where are you going? He knew what he was doing. His filly is that versatile that he just wore me down. He moved her at the quarter. I stuffed him back in. He moved her at the half. I stuffed her back in. The Vegas odds were pretty good that he was going to come again down the backstretch. Only this time, Lady couldn't answer the bell. He trotted right by me. I was a little disappointed. We scoped her after. There was nothing there. Truthfully, between you and me and the lamppost, I thought we were going to see a little blood in that throat. I thought they were going to come back and say, now, that's Lake County. Our vet clinic is Lake Equine. So our vets were there today. They scoped I'm a Lovely Lady after. No blood, which is good. Just means that she didn't very much like Jefferson County. Because I'll be honest, there's a very thin line between Mama Knows Best and I'm a Lovely Lady. But I think that I'm a Lovely Lady might have been the better filly. She wasn't today. Mama Knows Best looked good. I'll get to her in just a second. So I'm a Lovely Lady beaten fair and square by a filly that I knew, a Jogging Sweet's a better filly than her. Not by much. But she looked much better today. Much better. So I'm a Lovely Lady, I guess, just had a bad day. We'll draw her blood tomorrow, but I suspect there isn't a whole lot there. She just had a bad day. She had a rough month, I guess, so next time we race her, it'd be nice to get an easy trip, wouldn't it? So I'm a Lovely Lady third. I don't know what horse beat me for second, but that horse was okay too. And you have to remember, they're trying to work on a muddy track. It didn't take long. As soon as the sun poked out, my God almighty, everybody in the whole place felt like a lobster. Everybody was damp and wet. And then the sun came out. It was like 6 trillion degrees out. and immediately just took the air away from me. The track dried like that. But when Jogging Sweets and I'm a Lovely Lady raced, track was still a little sticky, still a little crappy. Did that play a role? Maybe, but you know what? I'm not going to beat that drum. Who cares? The race is over. She finished third. End of story. I come out in the track with Mama Knows Best. Now, Mama can interfere a little bit. She hits herself a little bit. I'm thinking, Jesus, Jefferson County may not suit Mama all that well. I score her down. She's rough in the first turn, and I say to myself, 30% chance she makes it through this turn. 30, max. I reach down, I pull her hobbles in a couple of holes, say a little prayer going to the gate. All I got to do is hold position. 3, 4, and 5, the 3 horse I know is going into there, Charming Nancy. I'll tell you what, this Vernon Beachy, pretty good horseman. No dummy. This guy got this horse off Chris Beaver. She's rolling right along. It looks good. I can't beat him out of the gate. I don't know if I can beat Kurt Sugg, the 4 out of the gate. All I got to do is hold position, stay beside the 1, and hope I can drop her in somewhere or keep coming. We go out of the gate, and Mama's, sometimes she gets a little aggressive. She thinks she can do more than she can do, and it's not easy to convince her otherwise sometimes. So we go out of there. I try to throttle her back going into the turn. She was very respectful today. She knew where the turn was. You're not stupid. Vernon Beachy drops over in front of me. Now I'm in a bad spot. 1's going to fill the hole. I'm in a bad spot. 3 made front. There is a very good chance I am about to face a firing squad when I move to the quarter pole. As soon as I feel Mama get her feet underneath her, I let her trot forward. Vernon Beachy cuts me loose. Now I'm on the front end, and I let her take off a bit because I don't want him removing. I want him the front. I want the front with Mama. I get up the quarter in 30 and a piece, 30 seconds. Pretty good quarter over that track. It's a flat, little, tiny farm track. I let her roll over to the half. I'm thinking, she feels pretty good. I hear them say, I think, a minute and a piece, 1:01. I'm thinking she trots another half in 1:1. 2:2 is 2 seconds faster than Jogging Sweets went. 3 seconds faster than I'm a Lovely Lady. I still feel pretty good, though. Into the last turn, I see somebody pop out from behind me, but I know at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm a winner. They hired a bunch of new security guards here. I've only been in here 800 times. Here you go, dear. I know she's a winner halfway around the last turn. I know her, and she's good. But here's a filly that I scored down, and 3 minutes after I scored her down, when I was sure there was a better chance than not she was going to make a break in the first turn, she's heading to the winner's circle. She's very tenacious. Very tenacious filly also. I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed with I'm a Lovely Lady, but she had a bad month. I butchered her. She got parked the whole way, right? Then she had to chase that freak here at Northfield Park. That bottomed her out. Then we put her in the Ohio Breeders, and that was a mathematical mistake, but that was a roll of the dice. How much you can do there? 3 starts in a row, she got stretched out a bit, and today she looked a little flat. So name of the game is next time, make sure she's in where she's not going to get the shit beat out of her. So we'll draw her blood, but I think it was just circumstance. It was just a bad month for her, and she was a little tired today. So Mama's great. I'm a Lovely Lady did what she could. And then all the trainers going into this weekend. Big weekend for us. Big weekend. Not even talking about Ontario. I know that Tipsy and Dixie is in to go, and a lot of our other horses are in to go. But I'm talking about right here, right now. Man, oh man. Slim Jimmy, 6 to 5 morning line. Got some splaining to do after his break last week. He's going to have to do that on the racetrack, but he trained good this week. But before him, Sweet on Pete jumped to Sire Stakes competition. Buckle up. She's no joke. And Pete is coming for the Sire Stakes crew on Thursday. We got Path of Totality jumping way up in class, looking for a good race from her. Then I got to go to Kentucky with Amy. Just Amy and Anthony. It'll be nice. This first time in a while. It's just been us. We're going to go have some fun in Kentucky. Race our 3 horses. Race her horse, Unbeatable Kemp. Then we're going to fly to the Poconos and hopefully race Taiwan On. Now, if Taiwan On, I haven't got a report yet today. I know she jogged good, but I want to see if she ate her lunch. I just pulled up to the barn here after the fair. I got some special feed for of Tom. She doesn't like the sweet feed. She likes a different kind, so I went and bought it for her at Big D's today on my way to the fair, but I want to check in on Taiwan On and see how she's feeling. So that is your report. A little bit of yesterday. Crazy weather here. Monsoon yesterday morning. Knocked out all the lights last night. I got that little chilling alert. Take shelter. I don't like those. And, I live in like, if this was the Three Little Pigs, I live in the straw house down the street. I don't think my house or me would do very well in tornado season here. So, crazy weather, but right now it is a scorcher. It is 89 degrees Celsius. Still not really quickly computing that in my head. Let me see, 89, 57. It's about 28 degrees Celsius, and it feels like it. So, a decent day, first and third at the fair today. I hope you guys are doing good. I am doing just fine. I will talk to you all very, very soon.